Hey there, it's Oren Weintraub with the Dale Carnegie 30-Day Challenge. Today is day 3, and today's principle is arouse in the other person an eager want. Interesting wording, arouse. Why would Dale Carnegie pick a word like that? Well, actually, he is quoting Harry A. Overstreet, and I'm going to share this quote with you right now because it captures the essence of what this principle is all about. He says, here we go. Action springs out of what we fundamentally desire. And the best piece of advice which can be given to would-be persuaders, whether in business, in the home, in the school, in politics, is first arouse in the other person an eager want. He who can do this has the whole world with him. Wow. So today's principle is about not just being a friendlier person or appreciating others. Today it's about being a motivator and an influencer. So the number one question that I get asked is, well, how? I get what the principle is about, but how do you motivate another person or arouse an eager want in someone else? Dale Carnegie talks about 2 ways that we can do this. The first is to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and really try honestly to see things from their point of view. And he has another quote here where he quotes Henry Ford. Lots of credibility there, so I'm just going to share that with you as well because, again, it really captures the essence of it. Henry Ford says, if there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well as your own. Dale Carnegie then gives an example, after repeating that quote a second time, an example of one of his participants whose son didn't want to go to kindergarten, and on the first day they had to carry him there kicking and screaming. So he and his wife sat together and made a list of all the things they wish they could still do if they were in kindergarten. And they shared that list with their son and did some of those things together. And on the second day, they had a 180-degree shift, and their boy was happy to go to school. So we sometimes forget that we have our own point of view. We don't have other people's point of view. If we really want to motivate others, we've got to think about where they're at in their life, what's happening for them right now, and why would they want to take action. So that is a huge piece of how to arouse in somebody else an eager want. The other piece of how to do it is enthusiasm, which Dale Carnegie says is the little-known secret of success, and he claims that if you're in sales, you could be starting out with no sales skills. But if you just have this one thing, enthusiasm, you can win and have lots of success just with that one thing. And he gives an example of another of his participants, someone who was approached by 2 insurance salespeople in the same day. The first kind of casually mentioned that they had this new policy. And then later that day, the second one did the same thing. We have this new policy, but with so much enthusiasm that without even the salesperson having talked about the benefits or the advantages, he was already sold, and he took the policy, and so did his wife. So enthusiasm goes a really long way. And we can think about as well, how much enthusiasm do we have in our day-to-day really when we think about it? When we're talking about things we want other people to do and trying to motivate others, do we have energy? Do we seem happy about doing it? Do we seem excited? Well, it's up to us to muster that first. It comes from within. We've just got to find it. And when other people see that in us, they'll take it on themselves. So how can we apply this principle throughout the day today? We already have 2 examples. We can apply it with our kids. We can apply it with in our sales or with our prospects or our clients. Let's say you're a manager or a supervisor and you want your team members to take actions that they're not taking. There's 2 things we can start doing right now. First, think, are we really seeing things from their angle? What's going to make them want to do it? And the second thing is, when we talk about those tasks, do we have enthusiasm and positivity about it? And make sure we're doing that. Another example is if you just have a friend or family member who is not taking action and we really want them to, or they really want to. I'll give you an example, personal example. It was 2 years ago, a Thursday afternoon. I'm sitting in the office and I'm talking to my colleague who sits right next to me. And I was hard on myself because I was not working out and I felt like a big blob. I said, listen, I don't feel good. I know I should be working out. I should be going to the gym. I feel like a blob. He gets this intense look in his eyes, this glitter in his eyes, and he looks at me and he says, Oren, come with me every morning at 7:30, 3 times a week. I have a routine, It's fun. We'll do it together. We're going to work on our abs, on our cardio. I guarantee you results. He just looked at me like this. Sitting there, I could tell you he definitely aroused an eager want in me. I totally took him up on his offer, and I totally saw results. And he didn't have to do that for me, but he did it because A, he's a Dale Carnegie guy, and B, he's a good friend. And he wanted to make a difference to me. And that day he became more than a good friend. He became an influencer. So arouse in the other person an eager want all day today, and you will become an influencer in your circles. Please like and share this video with everybody you care about. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this video channel so that you can be notified of these videos as soon as they're posted. I am Oren Weintraub. This is the Dale Carnegie 30-Day Challenge. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for principle number 4.